Welcome to the Dreams by Any Means Motivation Station. I'm your host, Ed Doxson, and today it's not even a special guest. We got a returning guest. We got my bro, my guy. We vibing right now, just catching up, talking. So if we rambling, y'all excuse us, but we just here to give y'all some love. A good man, a good man.
Some late night spill, man.
You feel me?
It's only one way to live. It's your world.
Only one way to live. Shit, this what? 12, 18. We down in Broward. We in the cut. Coral Springs, all the way in the cut.
What got me west tonight?
You feel me? Good JMO on rotation. Shout out to Unc. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Unc, man, for the recommendation. Shout out to Simone. You know. But we just building, though, man. Just new year, new vibe. I just hit 30. Bro just hit 29. We becoming, what they call them young OGs. Like, try and make it work.
We coming up. Nah, but I got to say, I'm proud of you, though, bro.
I appreciate it.
I've been talking to you for like a whole year, and this shit been all our conversations, everything that we've been talking about, like is coming to existence.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Manifestation.
Manifestation. So that's all it's about. It's about like knowing what you want to do. It's literally your world. Like you literally grasp what you know, what you want, what you create, and then you go for that shit. So I'm proud of you, bro.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, bro. For sure. Cheers to that for sure,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Like, you know that, like. That's one thing I tell people all the time. Like, I was saying on my B-Day, like, even being down here, it's like, I don't got a big circle, but I know the right people.
Yeah.
And it's like having the people to build. And, like, I ain't gonna front, bro. Lately, I've been on some real researching, deep soul searching type vibe. And it's like, and you know it, you're a Pisces.
Yeah.
Could be super social, you could be super anti.
Yep.
The last couple years, I find myself sometime being a little anti, not towards like nothing nobody done, but it's just me being in my head, getting my thoughts as how I move. But the more and more I'm reading, bro, like the science, the studies, the people, they all say the same shit. Like, yo, the people you have in your life is going to determine your success, determine your mindset, your vibe, your mood. So it's like, although we could do it on our own and we could vibe on our own and be independent,
right?
Even if you got 3-4 people you connect with, like, you gotta have them solid people with you. Like, you got to,
100%.
bro. And that's the purpose of the podcast. When I started, I'm telling you, like, yo, I'm gonna introduce y'all to my network to show y'all what I got going on. We started off with my man coming from the feds. Then I came back with you. Then I went to my mentor. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm trying to just show you the different avenues, like, because networking ain't just about success. It's just about somebody coming in your life and be able to impact you. Like, it ain't about no title. Ain't about no money. It's about who you are.
It's about who you are. It's about, like, what brought you to that person. It's about organically. It's about, like, what kind of relationship did y'all create and connect off of? Because it's always, like, either y'all perspectives were the same or, like, y'all had the same type of energy. Y'all had the same, you know what I mean, like, morals. Something brought that connection together. So that's what really kind of, like, bring that to life. So you showing your network is really like you showing you.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I tell
people. Get a grasp off of their stories, and then also your stories from, you know, what they bring up about you.
Yeah.
So I think the brand alone, Dreams by Any Means, like, I think like that alone, like, kind of motivates the individual that you bringing on, and that the individual that you, like, you know, like, interviewing per se, to kind of, like, you know, like really, like, engage themselves to be like, yeah, like, I am, like, chasing a dream, you know what I mean? My dream, like, I'm chasing my dream, and it's coming to life by everything that I'm doing, by any means necessary, whatever it takes. So, like, real, your shit, you got something. You know what I'm saying? And that's, like, you gotta keep it rolling.
That's why I tell people, like, damn, what's this, what's that? I'm like, yo, anybody can come on this platform because everybody has a story. When I say any means, Dreams by Any Means, that could be getting a job. That could be being the best mom. That could be being the best dad. That could be going from the trenches to the corporate office. Like, that shit could be so much. So it's like, that's why I love it, because it relates to everybody. So it's like, bro, it's a thing. I would say it's a thing where it's like, people don't realize that the podcast has helped me so much in the past year, because I'm able to sit back and be like, I could look at these 20-some episodes. I'm like, damn, like, my circle lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Greg, Coach Rice, Montae, you know what I'm saying? Erica, Brianna, like, everybody doing their thing. So I sit back and look at that shit like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is. So, yeah, man, like, you know, we in March, going on April 2022, 2 years post-pandemic, like, and by the grace of God, you know, we still able to win, like, and be in position. And and out of all that, bro, we still hungry.
We still hungry, bro. Like,
always.
we got, like, goals, bro. We got goals to reach. We got, like, we got motherfucking, like, so many relationships to make, so much, you know what I mean, like thoughts and ideas to bring to life. So I think we right on time, to be honest, man. Like, the connection, you being down here, you know what I mean, now in Florida, like, where you wanted to be, like, what makes your peace of mind, what sets your peace of mind up, you know what I mean, whether it's the weather, the cultures, the vibe, like, whatever it is that brought you, you know what I mean, to that state of mind, like, I gotta be in Florida,
right, and
you here now.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy about transition, change, and decisions is, like, being back, nothing's the same.
Nothing's the same.
Like, cost, everything is different, but it's like, you gotta take what come with shit.
It good with the bad.
Yeah, and you take, all right, what lesson I'm getting from this? And, like, shout out to Coach Rice on the MVP episode of the podcast. You know, he talked about how one of his homeboys would say, you know, it's not about making the right decision. It's about making a decision and making it right.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, just to speak to your point, it's like, man, just being in that mode of, like, getting
I'm trying.
Hey, y'all listening? We ain't even gonna hold nothing from y'all. He trying to tag me in the gram. I'm telling him I should deactivate. Yo, they done already hazed me in the chat earlier. Somebody, yo, who you hiding from? I'm telling niggas, I say, yo, I just gotta grind out for a little minute.
I niggas be saying you gotta stay focused no matter what.
Yeah, so when they hit me up earlier, said, I was trying to tag you in the post. Your shit ain't showing up.
Hey, I'm focused.
I'll be back though. I'll be back. Nah, for real, I'm gonna be back.
Nah, you know what? Hey, my man, shout out to KB, man. Kenny B, the motherfucking
Shout out to my dog.
Motherfucking mayor of DC.
He might FaceTime that nigga right now.
Look, he told me a long time ago, he said, listen, Ed gonna go away from social media like several times. He said, but when Ed is on Instagram, when he's on social media, he's motherfucking dropping every hour. He said he got a story post every hour by the hour. I said, that shit true as hell.
Nah, for real. It's funny because people be hitting me up when I don't be on it. They be like, yo, where you at? Like, what you got going on? Like, I be like, man, I just try to take my... Because it's funny, like, and it's a good topic to get on, like, you know, because social media is informative, it's inspirational, everything. But I take breaks from it because I be on it so much. But it's like, when I take it, like, me taking a break from it now, like, because I'm really trying to buckle down for this certification. So I'm like, all right, instead of hopping on this, because, like, I delete the app, but then I download that joint again. So it's like, all right, let me kind of X all the way out. You know, make that by. I'm still on Twitter, Dream by any means. Let y'all know, because I need to get my followers up. But yeah, but to speak on that topic, bro, it's like you guys sometimes just know how you zone out and what focus on you.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like I'm a vision person in general. So if I see something, it could easily spark my interest, spark my brain.
Right.
And that goes to the gram. It could be me just seeing somebody post something, seeing a quote, seeing this, seeing that. Even I was on before I deactivated. I'm on there. I'm like, she got me thinking about taking trips. She got me thinking about you seeing the old 30s post and all that. And I'm like, nah, nigga, just stay down, study for your test, and get back on here in 2 months. You know what I mean?
Go back to that. Stay focused no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, because it will like take you out of line. Like, it will take you off of that lane or that track, whatever route you on, just by seeing something that'll throw you off. You know what I'm saying? Or give you some negative energy or a negative thought. Like, without really having a negative thought or a negative mindset, it'll give you a negative thought because you're looking at it like, damn, like, I don't even be on that. Like, why am I watching that right now? Like, what? It should be crazy, man.
Yeah, man, it should be
crazy. But since you've been back, though, like, obviously, you know, other than, like, the economy, other than, like, political stuff, like, what would you say, like, been the biggest difference in your mindset in your life since you've been back here for the, you know, the second go round, and how you moving?
Bro, it's a great question because it's like, since I've been back, it hasn't, like I said, it hasn't been what I imagined. As far as just like, you know, like,
should throw you off.
For one, the cost. I'm like, hold up. My biggest reason, well, I ain't gonna say my biggest, but one of my reasons, I'm like, damn, this shit like $700-800 cheaper than back home. Good weather, good beach access, you know. So that's what drew me. So coming back, economy's one thing, network's one thing. 15 minutes from, you know, a different city and it's a different vibe. But since I've been back, like, you know, as we looking at this balcony, it's like, man, just being able to like connect and have that me time and have that time to really like kind of zone in on a piece. And kind of how we talking about this topic of like, you know, disabling Instagram and all that. That's kind of what titled that. Like, anybody that ever lived down in Florida, they'll tell you like a trail, a park, a beach, whatever. Just you go to that, man, you could vibe out. So to say since I've been back, I've been able to have more perspective of like having that just it's just you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You got more time to think.
Yep.
You got more time to see what you like, what you don't like. You in a new environment, so I'm more prone to go network, go to these different events, connect with the Black NBA, you know, all of this different type of stuff. Urban League, shout out to the Urban League, Broward County, volunteered with them last week. So that type of stuff definitely helps. So I think for me, it's like being here, being in a new decade at 30. I just feel like I feel like I'm a freshman all over again in life.
Yeah.
But I got the knowledge, but it's like and I say freshman all over again because it's a whole new chapter.
It's another lane.
It's like, all right, new chapter, 30. What you gonna do? And then and those listening, I'm glad we talking about this. Like, I thought growing up, oh, once you get to 30, you know everything. No, you don't. And before you turn 30, you talking to people, oh, all right, we still learning this shit. You know, we still going with the flow. We still making it happen. So for me, it's like just being in that flow of like, all right, now you at 30. What's this? What's next? What's that? What can you learn from your 20s? And more importantly, how can you keep failing? So that's my biggest thing. I think for me is just being back, and because when you in a new space, like I was telling my chat the other day, like you could be Florida, Cali, New York, it ain't comfortable.
Yeah.
But that's also what draws you to the new space.
Right.
When you home, it's comfortable. Like you home, bro, you with the same people, you looking at the same people, and nothing against those people.
Right.
But to get that true growth, you want to go outside and do like. It was like the day I didn't go, but it was like an Italian festival up in Boca I was supposed to go to. And I'm like, I would never go to this shit back home. But I'm like, all right, good food, good little festival, go see what's what. And like, this is what Florida, this what they offer.
Something to do, a little culture.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, like, I'm glad you touched on that, because like, for me, when I moved down, and I feel like kind of being in that professional mode or professional setting, working at FIU, you know what I mean, being assistant director, athletic facilities, etc. Like, I feel like I was able to notice and see, like, being able to work with so many people older than me, or so many people in I guess a different level of their life than me. I was able to see that they didn't have it figured out yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? At 30, 35, 40, I was working with them compatible every single day. So I'm like, damn, like, I'm 22. You know what I mean? At that time. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, okay. Like, damn, like, this nigga don't got this shit figured out. Like, he don't even know what's going on, right?
And so, they told us by 30 we had to have it figured out.
Exactly. So I'm already processing this at 22. So think about that. Like, I'm at 22. So now I'm like, oh, shit. So it's cool. Like, not even that it's cool. It's like, I can take risks. I can take chances. Because, like, it's okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I don't have it all figured out by the next 5 years or the next 10 years or whatever, like, I'm going to continue to grow. I'm going to be in positions no matter what. Like, I'm going to always put myself in that position. So, like I relate to what you're saying right now, because, like, I seen it from afar, and I'm 29 now, but I'm now about to step into the 30, and I'm, you know, still learning, still growing, still stepping into different modes and all of that. So I think that's like a real key fact that a lot of people need to understand and know, that, like, no matter what age you at, no matter what point of life you at, what you experience, like, you never stop learning, you never stop growing.
When they say life is a test, it's so true. We was reading The Superior Man when I was in grad school, and bro, it's a chapter that talks about, it's so crazy to think about it earlier, but it talks about, it says, yo, as a man, don't look for fulfillment. Like, don't look to a finish, a completion. Yeah. Because he's pretty much saying, like, yo, it never stops. Nah, you could be like, all right now, me and you get the $1 million house, wife, 3 kids, you know, multiple business on the side, big time job, whatever. It's never going to be complete, because you're going to steady be growing. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. So it's like crazy. Like, that's why I don't think people realize, like, when people say self-care, work on yourself, focus on yourself, bro, that shit a non-stop job, bro.
Right.
Like when I be on my running and walking, it ain't even about physical. It's like that's when I'm thinking the most. But it's trying to think of, like, for me now, even with this podcast, as we rapping right now, people say, why did you start the podcast? I could say yes. Shout out to Reese, my boy Reese, talked to him earlier. Reese pitched the idea, like, man, I want to be interviewed, talking about my experience from prison. But even besides Reese, the brand idea came of like, yo, my legacy. Like, when I leave here, what can I leave behind? And it's like, me and you talking right now. I want to be 20 years from now. Two youngest could listen to this and be like, damn, we on the same shit them niggas was trying to do back in 2022.
Yeah.
And they giving us a lot of even the game, because it's like when you leave, you gone, people got memories, but like memories ain't enough. I want you to be able to tap into something that you can apply to your situation or somebody around you situation to make you better. So it's like, that's the importance of, like, you know, this podcast, we recording this joint literally right now, and I can post this joint in 10 minutes and the whole world can have access to it. Like, why not?
Like, why not put it in the air? You know what I'm saying? Because if like, you could put it in the air for 100 billion people, and if one person connect to it,
they good.
They good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just impacted one person's life. And that's just, you know, like, that's for anything, bro. Like, anything you see on TV, commercial, anything you see on social media, like, you know, that's why it's always essential to have a positive influence in whatever you do, because you never know who you're going to impact. You never know who's going to grasp what you preaching or see.
And I'm laughing because that's like part of, like, you know, we talk about the gram, like, I might deactivate here now, but I don't never delete, because it's like, mainly for me, bro, I'm gonna be honest, like, it's people from college, it's whatever, but like, that shit for me is my neighborhood. Like, I know they be watching, because when I run into them, when I'm home, they telling me, damn, I see you doing this. Or like, I was home last year at the breakfast spot. Damn, what's up, bro? I thought you was in Florida. I didn't know you was back up. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I'm thinking like, I ain't seen this nigga in years. Like, but it lets you know that they watching. And that was more in college. That's why I flooded the gram in college, because I knew niggas back home was watching. Like, so I'm like, all right, I think this some schoolboy scholar shit. No, I'm gonna show y'all. It's nice up here. It's women. It's parties. It's turn up. It's network. It's kind of similar to the same stuff in the neighborhood, but just trying to walk that stage.
Everything that was going on.
See,
so I didn't do that.
I
was at
flooded it.
I was back at the crib. I was going back and forth. But nah, that's all right.
And that's the biggest thing, is like just showing youngers, and that's like just going back to legacy. Like, when I get that bag, my biggest thing, bro, it ain't about turkey giveaway. It ain't just about programming, even though that matters. It's about, bro, I just want to be able to go to different neighborhoods in America and take them out of their neighborhood and show them something. Because for me, that's really what it did. When you travel, when you see more, senior year of college, going to Paris, bro, you like, oh, niggas in the world trying to get it. Like, this ain't no just U.S. shit. They on it over here. They diet different. The way they learn different. So when I left, it's like, and I'm just thinking like, damn, you know, people don't know about this. You know, you only know what you know. And even if you locked in on the TV, you still technically ain't woke, because that shit got capped to come with it. So, yeah, when I got to them different countries, bro, I was just like, literally, shout out to Kenny Burns. What Kenny Burns said a long time ago, the world is bigger than your block. And that's the mindset I started putting in, like, damn, like, I'm trying to be lit just around here or lit in the city, where it's like, it's Alabama and Paris. It's like, you on the whole never wavelength.
You only know what you see. You know what I'm saying? Like, you only know what is outside your scope.
And that's why with these, you know, Broward, DC, VA, whatever, with the youngest crashing, we understand it more. Of like, not we saying we agreeing what you doing, like, but you only doing what you know.
We only doing what
you ain't never.
That's the number one thing, like, bro. That's why I relate to that shit, because like, I get it, like,
you doing what's around
like,
you.
Cause my mind at one point in time was like so blocked and closed into what was around me, so I get it, and that's why like I just try to continue to like. Bro, my number one thing, you're going to see me abuse that global emoji all day, every day. You're going to see me abuse it because I get that. That's the only way that other people going to understand, you know, what I'm seeing from my side.
Yeah, so like, man, one thing I definitely want to ask you, just in regards to like following up from the first episode to now,
Yeah.
when it come to like move around, right? That was that was 2021, right?
2021.
Yeah, that was 2021. So that was a year
Yeah.
after the pandemic.
January.
So we talked about moving around, going location to location, taking risks, all that. But like, you moved here 2015. So now we in 2022. So of course we know 2015, 5 years later, the pandemic happened. Talk about moving around in the midst of adversity. Cause like I know you had your adversity with shit going on, and then with the pandemic happening, that affecting people coming to Miami, you know, basing your business. So talk about how you kept your grind during that time.
Bro, honestly, it was the reverse. Like, I lost it in the pandemic. Like, I lost my mind in the pandemic. Like, 2020, that was the year my sister passed, September. So, like, you know, the first 6 months of the year, the pandemic was going on, or March or whatever. And then, you know, like, you know, everybody getting adjusted or acclimated to, like, what's life, the mask, no gyms and stuff like that. Like, you know, everybody getting acclimated. And then, like, boom, I get this rock in my life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sister passed away, you know, just different. Like, you know, a whole thought process just different. And, like, I had spent, you know, a few weeks in VA, going back home with all of that, in the midst of all of that. And then when I did end up going back to Miami, like, my whole thought process was like, bro, like, there's no way that I could ever waste another day. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no ways that I could ever like take this shit for granted. Like, not even just off the strength. Like, you know, people die every day. You know what I'm saying? But like, it was more so like, I got shit to do.
Right.
I got shit to make happen. Like, I got people to, you know what I mean? Like, I got people to feed. Like, I got people to impact. So, like, I say that 2020 year, like, that really, like, changed my whole life. Yeah, it changed my whole perspective in life.
And then, talking about that,
you know, like, had a full-time job, and at the same time, I had already built the brand or began building the brand, and I was just like, like, it's like, just go with the brand, like, go with the brand. Like, why not? Like, I don't have no days to lose. Like, I don't have no days to waste. So, boom, that really turned me up, because at that point, it's like, yo, like, you know, it's me versus me now. It's not me versus my job and my time, or it's not me versus, me versus, like, trying to rely on a 2-week check versus, you know, trying to reinvest the checks into business. Nah, it's like me betting on my time and myself. Like, what can you do in a day? Like, how many hours can you make useful in a day to create you, you know what I mean, create you revenue, residual income, etc., blah, 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 keep going down the list. So now, like, you know, the mind gets different. Now you start thinking about it every day, like, expense versus income versus expense, you know what I mean? Now you just trying to stay, you know, you trying to create something, and now you staying ahead of a game, ahead of a float, like a float on a business. So the whole mindset, like it unfortunately, it turned me up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Unfortunately, fortunately, it turned me
bro,
up.
something I lived by when rest in peace Ryan, when I lost Ryan, was pain to purpose.
Yeah.
I got a deal station, when you find your pain, you find your purpose.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Spoke to me.
It was one of them things, and we was just talking about this two hours earlier.
You feel me?
Where I told you, like, Meek album, Meek Expensive Pain is my favorite album because I legitimately legitimately relate to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, legitimately in the midst, and it's just the timing of it. I legitimately relate to it. So yeah, bro. I feel like that's how my mindset has been during this whole, you know, last 2 years.
Yeah, and something I always thought about, bro. And I think from the perspective of being the only child, but also experiencing what goes on, like, I always wanted to ask, you know, rest in peace, sis. With your sis passing, how did that change your relationship between you and your parents? I'm sure y'all got closer, but like, because even as just as a man, as we get older, our position in our family changes, like, without intention, but it's like, it changes what you got to do. How even me, like, now I'm here, but I think about Got to go back home. You know, granddad a little sick now, making sure grandma good, seeing I can help out. So like, how did that loss for the family change the relationship between you and your parents? Because what happens the older we get, it's a tough transition. But like in a sense, we become our parents, and that shit will trip you out,
bro.
That shit will trip you out.
It's like, it really will trip you out because now you on top of them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you like,
and you trying to teach them what they taught you. Yeah. So it's crazy,
like backwards because like the generations change, and now you kind of up in the game. But yeah, bro, it exactly what that is. It's like now it just makes me more engaged on what I need to be, what information I need to be relaying to my mother and my dad on a daily basis. Like what's important, like what's priority, where the world going, what's shaping up. Like, you know what I mean, what's plans, you know what I mean, life insurance, like what we got, you know what I mean, what's shaking,
all
like all of those perspectives,
you never thought about.
You know what I mean, like how is they gonna be set up, you know what I'm saying, like how can we do this? So I'm just putting them on, like, and anything I can do, and I say putting them on, like with anything I can do out of my, you know what I mean, out of my strengths, like what can I do to put them on, in those terms. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, like communication and just sharing my knowledge of society, like what I know and right now. But dog, like definitely connection is stronger, man. Like love my fam, bro.
Nah, for sure, bro. And I think that's one thing I was telling you, you know, before we even start recording, like just turning that big 30 piece. Like before that, but even once I hit it, like the family piece just hit so different, especially like the video, you know what I'm saying? People send a video, I'm saying you, the fam, friends from high school, and it was hitting me like, damn, like it's crazy. Like, shout out to DC or nothing. Like I know I got love back there, but the video like reaffirmed like, damn, I got real love back there.
Yeah,
and it's like I don't know if you seen when Kevin Garnett retired recently.
Nah, I ain't seen
he was in Boston. They retired his jersey. And he came out, he was like, yo, he said, man, I knew y'all messing me, but I ain't know y'all messing me like that. And that's how I felt, like, just in regards to, like, seeing that video and knowing, like, you know, family is here, family is there. But it also just is more motivation because I also, nothing against them, I got family that didn't get the opportunity to take advantage of moving away or going to spread their wings or whatever. So even when I make these moves, it ain't just about me.
Nah, it's about everybody.
Yeah, it's like,
it's for everybody that, you know what I mean?
My mother had me at 17, bruh. But it wasn't just my mother's will, it was Aunt Honey, Merk, Grandma, you know, just the village. So when I'm out moving, it's like, man, I'm turning up for y'all. Like, bro, y'all looked out for me.
Every time, dog. And, like, you ain't gonna let them down either. Like,
I ain't gonna let them down.
Like, you got this whole shit on your back. Like, what you think we gonna do? Like, we gonna fold? Never.
Never, bro.
Shit is never folding.
You feel me?
Shit evolving every day.
Never fold. Like, you just gotta go with the punches. Like, that's one thing I learned. Like, go with it, and that's why I live by that any means. By any means,
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? When people think so funny, people think about dreams by any means. I tip all this. I said, bro, people think like there's no deep finding of this title. This started as an Instagram name. I was in my dorm. I had 2 posters on my wall in my room. MLK, Malcolm X. One said, "I have a dream." One said, "By any means necessary." I was like, oh, this is my Instagram name, you know. But I ran with it, too, because I agree with, I see both of their visions. I may agree with Malcolm more. In some instances, I may agree with Martin more. But in the instance of that whole dream, any means, nigga, go get it.
That's it.
By any means. It don't mean you got finesse, you don't got snake. It just means you got to have that chin up and that chest poke out and go get it.
And it's like that's you. Like, you got a legitimate connection to that phrase, you know what I mean, or those words put together.
Right.
And that's the same way I felt about Move Around. It's like I got my own legitimate connection to that phrase, and you go with it, and that's like the best branding. Like, that's legitimate, the best branding.
Because
like,
it's naturally you.
It's really you.
And you still could not let people all the way into the brand, but you know the base of the brand.
You know the base of the brand. They, like, somebody is literally going to spend an hour trying to dissect you and the brand and the meaning, and it's like, if you don't get it, you don't get it.
You don't get it.
And I can't really, like, I can't make you get it because it's really just me.
Yeah.
If you don't understand me, then you don't understand that. You know what I mean?
You don't get it.
And if you don't understand that, your whole perspective is whack.
It's whack, right? That's why I told people, bro. People be like, dreams by any means. I'm like, yo, it ain't a catchy name. These posts you gonna see. I'm getting to it by any means. Whether it work, it doesn't work. I'm going to Mexico. People, oh, you going to Mexico? Any means, nigga.
Any means.
And nigga might hit me tomorrow and say we got a job in Africa.
That was when
any
I knew
means.
you was turned up.
Yeah.
That was when I knew you was turned up. Like, I think that was after July 4th, 2019.
Yeah, because originally I came down, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to wait for them to let me know where I'm sending, but I'm telling them, like, I'm pushing a global.
Yeah.
And they sent me there. And y'all listening, I said this before, I did not speak Spanish. Like, I was that, what's up? I'm getting into the airport. The car they sent me, the tags don't even match the car. So I'm in my mind like, oh, shit. I'm like, bro, you nigga about to try and kidnap me. I'm watching Queen of the South all summer. I'm like, hold up. But, you know, like, it's just like the thrill, bro. But that's really, I don't even say the mindset of a hustler. The mindset of a risk taker.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I never went there, it would eat me up today.
Yeah.
But I took the risk, visa, whatever stuff ain't work out, cool. But if I never took the risk, I'd have been here like, damn, I could have maybe applied to a job in Mexico. I could have maybe considered a job in Mexico. So that's part of me just always being a risk taker. Like, and then shout out to Reggie Black, you know, my homeboy Reggie, man. Like, we talked about in high school, he had a quote talk about removing the fear. And that quote always stuck with me because it's like, yo, whatever you scared of, just go do it.
Yeah.
If it work out, it do. If it don't, it don't. If not, go back to the drawing board. Like, this shit, bro, this shit out here, bro, it's so much for us. We just got to go see it. But what happens with us is that we never had nobody. And I ain't going to even say we, because I will say I had somebody. Like, my uncle, shout out to Lano. Lano was go to Dell State, graduate, work for Nike, Ladainian Thomason, Michael Jordan, Snoop Dogg. These are people he in the midst with. So for me, growing up at that time, I'm seeing from someone who I'm close with, love, admire, like, okay, is going to get it. He's showing me, like, you could go to corporate, you could get it, you can make it happen. So with that mindset and my own just individuality being encouraged, I just already knew, like, bro, go see it. That's what went out to Oregon. He working there. Michael Jordan came back home. Uncle's a big dog now. DPR director. Neighborhood Safety Engagement Director. Used to be Veteran Affairs Director, Serve DC Director. I mean, you know, it go on and on. So I'm saying, like, you know, like you just quoted Hov, like Hov say, no matter where you go, you are what you are, player. Man, you was who you was before you got there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wherever you go, you going to eventually evolve into that. So, yeah, man, like, that's why, going back to what we said at the beginning, is just that exposure for them youngins, bro. I just pray that one day I could have a boatload of money, man, to hit you up and say, look, give me 10 youngers from 757. I'm going to get 10 youngers from D.C., Carl Man from Philly. Give me 10 youngers from West Philly. Give me 10 youngers from Brooklyn, Bronx, wherever. 10 youngers from Delaware. We about to take these youngers on a resort. Every year we doing a little getaway with them because that's all it is, bro.
Yeah.
You can, even if you got the best upbringing. When you go outside, when you go outside, you seeing what your parents ain't really tell you about.
Yeah, you gotta see something.
Yeah, they saying, so it's like, would you take a youngin' overseas and show them that?
A lot of times, like, we can't even blame parents because a lot of times parents ain't see nothing.
Exact, bro. Bingo. That's why.
It should be just recycled down the line. Like, they don't see nothing.
That's why
on top of them not seeing nothing.
And I did a TED talk on investing in parent development to aid in youth development. Because everything is always youth. Oh, we got to save the youth. Oh, we got to help the youth. But it's like, all right, I grew up in D.C. and I came from a great home bringing. But I'm saying if my home upbringing wasn't good, I went to Upward Bound. I went to Future Business Leaders of America. I went to all these different programs. But if I went back home, my brother, uncle was a stepper. That shit would have got thrown out the window.
Yeah.
But it was being reinforced because it's like, oh, okay, this is adding up. But I'm saying that to say, too, for the person that's in that position where such and such, whatever might be a stepper, this may be going on, man, you got to hit them 10 times harder.
Yeah.
Because, it's tough. It's tough. So, like, I tell people all the time, man, my biggest vision is one day just trying to change the mindset of our folks. Because it ain't really, poverty matters, trauma matters, but a lot of this stuff is mindset, bro. Because niggas will get the bag and they'll still crash. And it's because of their mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had a bag, they'd be out the way, they had a house out of the hood, but all it takes is one trip to go hang about around the way and you lose your life. And we've seen that recently. I've seen that recently with somebody I was talking to in my chat. I seen that recently with a girl I grew up with. Her baby father got, ended up falling victim to the streets. It was a good dude working the schools and all that. So you see it all the time. So that's why I say it's the mindset. The mindset of like, I may not need to go around the way tonight. Even if I know or don't know that they into it with this neighborhood. But it's just like, what is my value? My value is like, I'm doing this, I'm working here. God gave me the opportunity to escape. And not to say that don't ever go back to your hood, because you should take care of your community. You should lead your people. You should influence them. You should inspire them. I'm all for that. But you got to know that it's a time and place for everything. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, once you remove yourself, sometimes you got to remove yourself. Even in the times when the hood turned, looking sweet, everything going on, you still got to be like, you know what? This ain't really my scene no more. Because if something pop off, I got so much to lose.
And you just got to speak. You got to use your voice. Like, you got to speak up. Like, you got to be the leader. Like, you can't, like, you know what I mean? Like you can't just be everything cool, everything the vibe. Like, you know what I mean? We chilling. I ain't trying to fuck the vibe, but this not. Like, you see something, you point it out. Like, you got, you know what I mean? Like, establish that, like, uncomfortability for them. They need that uncomfortability to understand, like, okay, this ain't right. Like, this not normal. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't how you succeed. So, like, you got to be able to like, ruffle them feathers a little bit, and got to be comfortable with that. And that's what's going to really start the change, start the change. And then when you do come around, you know what I'm saying, like, things shape up a little different rather than you sinking back into the same, you know what I mean? Like, you just like, all right, I'm going back to the hood, I'm going back around the way, and then I sip up with y'all, I drink up with y'all, Dice King.
Because you know what it is, too? People got to see you different.
Yeah,
and
like,
they got to
like,
they got to see them consistent.
And they got to be like, oh, damn, like, he ain't bullshit.
He ain't on
like,
that.
He ain't even really fucking with us right now, to be honest.
Like,
He just really, like, he doing this off the strength of him, like.
But he ain't on our wave.
But he ain't on our wave.
We ain't on his wave.
Yeah, so now we got to figure something out, like.
And the real nigga thing is, like, how do I get them on my wave without telling them what to do, without seeming like I'm better. And that's how I was, bro, man. I'll never forget, shout out to Black, man. I went back around my way. And Black was like, he was like, man, bro, you doing that, motherfucker? I'm trying to get what you want. And I was like, yeah, bro, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You trying to go to school, or you trying to do this, man? I mean, he was like, nah, bro. He was like, just being the man. He was like, you showing me virtually, like, how to be on man time. And I never forget that, because it's like, you think, nigga ain't watching me. He doing this thing in the hood. And I think the thing is, people don't realize, and I ain't gonna even say good or bad, but the people that's on another lane from us, they think that, like, at the same time as we influencing them, y'all influencing us.
Oh my goodness!
Just on the strip of, like, you may not be doing the right pathway, how you get it, but like, hey, you balling out. I'm looking like, I'm trying to be balling out too. I'm trying to be doing this, doing that.
Yeah, like, you trying, you like, damn, okay, like, you fuck with that, like, like, oh shit, like, all right, okay, yeah, I am trying to be doing it. Like, you need that support. You know what I mean? Like, they might not look at it like, oh yeah, like, that support to you, but
it's like,
in essential, that's what it is.
And then it's like, it's an exchange, because it's like, yo, bro, as much as you try and have fun and do that, you can still do that on the side without worrying about ops, without worrying about, the feds, without worrying about all the negative stuff. But, man, it's to each his own. It take a minute, but y'all know, man, we can rap forever about this topic. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, literally on the dot, on March 20th. Is this the start of spring, or is March 21st?
Nah, spring. Spring started last week, right? Because of
behind.
Daylight Savings.
You're right. Daylight Savings.
Yeah.
But we on March 20th, Sunday, 1 a.m. And, man, I got to figure out what I'm going to name this, because we just giving y'all some love. Hey. If the mic wasn't on, we would still be talking this.
You know how I always say, it's your world, man. It's only one way to live. Mitch Mool out here, Move Around Management. We out here, my boy Ed, Dreams by Any Means. It's in Broward County. Broward today, we got that connection right now. VA to DC, we keeping this shit locked.
Yes,
Me and my boy going up, no questions, man. We appreciate y'all all day. And anytime you need me, Ed, we here. I'm coming.
Alrighty, man. So y'all know the motto, man. Move around, chase your dreams by any means.
8-1, we out.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. So then we need somebody to look up to for who working hard and that shit paying off and they stand down, bang, you know, keeping faith, whatever, definitely look the edge, man. So, yeah, never give up on yourself, bro. A lot of us, look up to you from a distance or up close, you know, for our own inspirations and keep us motivated. So, yeah.
Thank you for tuning into Dreams by Any Means Motivation Station, where hustle plus faith equals success. Stay tuned for the next episode.